I saw it hiding in the woods. Something big's lurking out there. I don't know what it is. I can't hear it approaching, but I know it knows I'm there. I'm telling you, I haven't seen something like this on this place. It's bigger than anything I've seen. It rips meat, the bone, and it crushes the damn thing. I swear, this is not safe. We thought the waters were bad, but now we're not even safe on land. It smells for miles. It already took out several groups. And now it's coming for us. We need to get out of here before it gets us next. Hello? Anyone there? Please. Anyone? Fuck. No.
Though before a T-Rex can become a king or queen, it must first spawn into the world as a little rugrat. And this is my story of my Rex's growth to prime.
Idly ho, neighborinos!
I gotta get out of here! What the hell is even that?
Yeah, so I suppose goofing around didn't really help out that much. So now, I guess it's time to lock on in. And it was at this point that I had made a friend in swamps. And little did I know how vital this partnership would be so soon. After the fight, the damage was done, as my bleed managed to get down to 4.59%. If it dipped to 0, I would have been dead. Ultimately, thankfully, my management of my blood saved me through this fight. That and a bleed-resistant mutation always helps. But Aloe's bleed damage is very dangerous. But thankfully now, we had a meal to help heal. In order to become a prime elder Tyrannosaurus Rex, we needed to visit the sanctuary once we had healed. And once that had done, we had just needed to not vomit, seize, and travel the map. However, on our way to sanctuary, we came across a pile of corpses and the likely cause of them, this Deinosuchus right here. However, without me knowing at the time, this Deinosuchus would eventually become a great ally of mine in the coming days. Maybe not in this form, but in another.
Who the fuck are you?
So far, me and my buddy were able to take on the world on our own, and we felt nothing could stop us. Until we realized quite quickly, something could with a body of another Rex. There was something out here, hunting us down. We didn't know where. As we took a second to sniff the surroundings, we smelled it everywhere. The stench of death and decay. Animals littered across the forest floor in this area. Something had been killing, and we didn't know it was already following us. We heard it before we saw it. It was incredibly close. We needed to flee. Thankfully, nearby, it had grown dark, and the dense brushes of South Plains would be able to keep us safe in the shelter of night. After taking a minute to compose ourselves after the near-death encounter, we decided to move onward from our hiding spot, further west into South Plains. Using the darkness as our friend, we were able to avoid yet another encounter with the Aloe, walking the path just to the north of us. And from there on, we were able to make it through the rest of the night unpestered. Well, that was until a friend of mine decided to stop on by to get some help growing his Rex. And quite blatantly missing the bushes where we were hiding in and telling him to go. So this began our ragtag trio of Rexes to our direction of growth. Though, seeing as we had other things to do that day, I could not stay on much longer. And the next time I logged in, it was to a dark night, being by myself, with many predators calling in the area. Though, with the constant struggle of trying to find food as such a small animal, it drew me back to the area of those dead Rexes. In order to try to keep my diets up, I had to take risks. And it was not a risk I was happy with at all. Upon entering into South Plains, I soon found myself a witness to a brutal brawl between an Allosaurus and a herd of Tenontosaurus, brutally brawling it out to see who will live and who will die. However, due to this loud nature of this fight, it had begun to attract other attention from across and beyond South Plains. A force so powerful, it did not care whether you were herbivore or carnivore. It only cared that if it could catch you and make you a meal. though while the Rex was indeed mighty, it was slow in ambush and had trouble finding the more hidden prey. So this gave me an idea. An opportunity of danger, but a possible alliance. So me and this Rex, formerly the Deinosuchus from before, began to work together. At this point, a friend of Stinky decided to join us. And from this point onward, I had 2 Prime Rexes watching my back, and making my odds of survival all the more likely. Though my only trouble now is making sure these 2 remain fed. Which is why in our next hunt, I took the initiative. With a little bit of vomit sickness and a little health lost, I was able to hold my own and make a kill. However, I would not always have my Prime Rexes protecting me, as I was quickly growing to a much larger Rex, and they soon had to log. So now, it was time for me to learn a prince's pain. Everywhere around me, there were predators and prey willing to kill a Rex of my size. This just happened across the river I was going to drink at. And now, the prey that I once hunted with ease is now able to outrun me a great deal. Though upon logging in again, my nerves would truly be tested upon spawning in to a full Prime Rex corpse. I do not know what killed it. I do not know how it got here. All I know is I am in danger, and I don't know what caused it. With assurances that there were not a large mixed species pack out killing Prime Rexes, my nerves began to embolden, and I began to turn to make my stand to try to become the Rex I want to be. Strong and courageous. Please just give me just a second. No, that doesn't work either. This stupid freaking bushes. I'm glad they patched this out. This is stupid. Ah, here we go. Eventually, I moved my way over to an area where I was told it would help me grow as a Rex. With its prevalent AI spawns, as well as plentiful cover, it provided Rexes my size an opportunity to grow and thrive. This place is in the shadow of North Lake's volcano. Though while I was able to fill up my belly, I was not able to stay long due to other Rexes traversing the area. Though I was already satiated at this point, I decided to take my loss and walk away. Upon my next login, however, my confidence grew tenfold in what I could hunt. And so, that's what I did. Hunt more dangerous prey. Such as these two oblivious aloes that did not know that I had been following them for the last 10 minutes. And when I was ready, I spread my trap. Though I no longer feared single aloes or small aloe groups, I still feared what I heard news from. A cannibal Rex group that had been marauding the server in order to limit the Rex population. So I stayed wary and careful in my approach. My element of surprise had been lost trying to ambush this aloe, and I soon found out it was not alone. I was in for a fight, and I needed to practice what I had learned before in order to stay alive. Through the calls of the fight, my long-standing ally, Stinky, had heard this brawl, and was now on his way to provide aid. I only needed to stay put and keep my back against the tree. However, at this point, I wanted blood. And that's what I was going to get, one way or another. My ally beckoned me toward him so that I could recover my bleed quicker. Despite both aloes being now broken and very wounded, I decided to heed their advice so I could begin to heal and roam again. Though being mostly new to trekking as a carnivore, I did not know how to find a herd of dibble that we had heard earlier. So we followed the tracks. However, somewhere in the background, a friend of ours that we had picked up, somewhere behind, had begun the chase. Despite the embarrassment of me walking over our lunch, I decided to try to make up for it by trying to catch a triceratops, as we had found them in South Plains Field. However, for the fact of the matter is, they wouldn't be an easy target, and I would have to earn my food with this one. A mistake on my end had cost us the hunt for this time. However, we had the most fortunate run of luck, as a third Rex that had originally intended to kill us heard that we had 2 large Trikes nearby, and soon decided they wanted a part of this kill, which is quite thankful as we're still hurting. Now with a third grown Rex, we decided to take the Trikes back on one more time. But now we had eyes from all across South Plains watching our very hunt, both close and far. While Stinky had been killed by a strange hitbox of the Triceratops, it had also killed its own friend in the fight. So for now, we were to eat our food while we could before the many other Rexes moved in. And also, Stinky, I am sorry, but...
Oh god.
spotted.
And with that kill out of the way, I was able to take it to somewhere where it was much needed. As today, I would be helping to grow 2 Rexes, as I felt it was most appropriate since I had help growing. I might as well share the crown. Though unfortunately this one immediately crashed. So, I stood by to protect them, eating the organs that I could. But there, I was able to find something else to provide them when they got back. Though it wasn't only other species I was protecting this little Rex from. And efficient digestion. But yeah, I'm an Elder Rex. But I think I smell your boar. By the lake?
Nope. Stuff rustling in the... Ooh, that's definitely you. Oh shit. Please tell me that was you.
Netflix, this is me. You are by a lake, ding-a-ling.
Boom, boom, boom. Shit.
Now that we had some water, it was time to find us some food. Though, as 2 usual herbivore players, that can often make for a tricky situation. here with these stupid frickin' bushes. Suffice it to say, it got away.
Cliff, oh fuck.
Netflix, before you get bigger, I inquire and implore, get better at spotting cliffs. Alright, there's a corpse in the sanctuary from the smell of it.
That is two. I can't tell if this is an aloe or a Rex body.
Are you able to drag it to better see?
No, this thing's big. Definitely got organs though.
Oh, sweet jumping Joseph. Net, please get out of my walking path.
Large organs. At least for my size.
So. I need you to leave my area so I can actually unstuck.
Oh, you got stuck?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. So everyone, this is just wonderful. I'm making a god-awful kerfuffle, too. Thankfully, one of the admins was kind enough to let me out of the cliffside hell, and I was able to move onward to take the kids to Highlands Sanctuary to try to get some food for them.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! I'm bigger than you, I'm higher in the food chain! Get in my belly!
Wait!
Though with the sanctuary and surrounding areas being pretty bustling, I wanted to make sure that the two Tyrannosaurus that I had underneath my care were able to get out safely. Though, this made me a little bit more on edge than usual. However, one of the younger Rexes managed to spot something very interesting.
See anything?
What could be carnivore?
Oh, packies.
Oh. Can you make them closer?
I can try.
A little too much.
They're running past me straight to you. Yeah! Did you get one? Yeah!
Got one.
Nice, good shit.
Woohoo! Good work on that distraction drawing them over. Very good.
Thank you.
I scared the shit out of those Packy.
Do you mind if I steal the heart out of this?
No, not at all. I just want the body. Now with Netflix logging off, I hope you had fun, Netflix, by the way, and a body on the ground, I was not going to take any chances with a raptor being nearby. Though despite driving this raptor off once, it did not like being told no, which led to this ensuing series of events. Dutter dunce. You want some more organs? I got some right here.
Yeah, I won't say no.
And shortly after that, a pack of serratos had begun to walk by the hill we were traversing. And while to many, they are a very crude and loud species, to me, they looked like lunch. And I would just have to bide my time in order to make sure I could get a kill here, as I am very large at this point and very loud. So the element of surprise is necessary. Their communication might have been just, hey, there's a Rex. See if... They're chatterboxing, so you should stay back just in case.
While you do this, I'm just gonna sit in this here bush and go grab my phone.
Okay. Hi, Binksy. Sneezing. They're still here. With the kill secured and the opponents chased off, it's time to claim the territory and feed my little friend. At this point in my journey, I was able to overcome many adversities, made many friends, and managed to find enough food in order for me to survive. I had even myself reached prime. However, with these successes, my guard went down. As with the playful hunting of my partner, it was infectious, and I could not help myself but join in. And in this moment of happiness and fun, my guard went down. As when you have not needed to struggle in a little bit, that is when the true threats to your life truly show themselves. Another Rex had attempted to ambush me. I know there was cannibal Rexes in this area just the other day, So my first opportunity and choice was to flee the area to avoid a swarm of other Rexes. And in my panic, the Prime Rex trotted. As while slower, its trot speed is one of the most lethal things in this game, as it can essentially walk down any prey item of its choice, which made me even more alarmed, as for the first time in a long time, I was the prey on the menu. I had run enough a ways to gain some confidence. I knew I probably wasn't going to survive this. However, I wanted to make sure that I stood my ground, as in my time I had grown to be proud with this Rex. It had grown well and fought well. If it was my time to die, then it was my time to fight to the end. Fuck it, I gotta take this head on. My first target would have to be the legs, in order to verify that it would not be able to chase me down further. From there, I could whittle down its health, if only I could get the legs.
I don't want you to die. Yeah, fuck him up. Get him. He's broken. He's fucked up. Oh no, there's another hit. Oh
I fought well.
no. Dude.
That is not a bad way to die. A bigger, canny, and I took them down.
Fucked him up, dude.
I knew my fate, but I'm proud of it. With my fate sealed, others would be sure to fill the throne one day. So all is not lost for this wonderful crown. GG Dusty Thrills, it was a fight and a half. If you're still watching at this point, kudos to you. You did it. It's been an hour and a half. Holy crap. Thank you a great deal for watching. This is a passion project of mostly boredom as I try to find a new position in this hectic job market. So, yeah. I'm going to try to make more videos like this in the future. Won't be as frequent as I did before all this chaos. But have a fantastic day and hope you enjoy.